This deck is fun when it pops off like this. Alright, come on. Draw. Very good, very good, very good. Yes! You love to see it. Oh my god. If this actually connects, come on. 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 Yes! Oof. Very good. Very good. As you could probably tell, this thing is very, very fun. What's good, y'all? Today we're taking a look at the actual Bluish Flames version of Bluish Flames. So we take a look at this deck. We have taken a look at this deck way back a couple sets ago when Bluish Flames first were released with Percival. Sorry, I don't know why I'm like so weird at talking today. I lost my ability to speak apparently. But basically, this deck first came out with Percival and Core, and it felt like it was just support for the existing Liberator deck with like Garmor and everything. But now with this set, the deck definitely feels like more of a standalone, and it really like stands its own ground as its own kind of gimmick, where you basically use Prominence Glare to like push the opponent and like, you know, take out their PGs with their grade 3s. You know, a lot of decks run like Persona Blast and stuff like that, and you take those out. And just in general, it's a very fun deck to play. While I do think it is tier 2 because it doesn't feel as strong as like the best decks in the game, I do think the gap between tier 1 and 2 isn't that big, so you can definitely like get a lot of wins with this. And I've been having a lot of fun with it. Like, let's go over the deck so I can give you some kind of like, you know, pointers on like why we run certain cards and how they work, etc, etc. But I think honestly Bluish right now feels quite fun. It's not the same kind of fun as it was in the TCG. For those of you that play this deck back in Legion era, like I think this is a lot of people's favorite deck because Bluish Flames are beautiful, they look fantastic, and on top of that, they had a very fun kind of playstyle where you would just like superior call a bajillion times with guard restrict and like a massive number, and it's a very different playstyle to how it was in the TCG to here in Zero. So of course our main card, also yes, this deck is very shiny, not a single rare or common, is Bluish Flame Liberator Prominence Glare. So he legions with a new Aglavale, who's a double rare, and he says when your rear guard is placed from your deck, if you are in Legion state, counterblast 1 and discard 1 Bluish Flames card, and then for that turn this unit gains +1 critical and the following ability. When this unit attacks, if your opponent would guard with a sentinel during that battle, they must randomly discard a grade 3. If they do not, then they cannot sentinel. Unfortunately, that part doesn't stack. It'd be cool if they had to like discard a grade 3 for every time you use the skill, but you can actually spam the skill to get more crits, which is also very nice. But you only really spam it when like your opponent's at 3 with like all counterblast face down and stuff like that, and you're like damage denying, because then it's quite big. Most times you're using it when your opponent's at 4 and you just like push them to 4 normally by just attacking and swinging over a few turns, and then you use the skill to kind of like finish them off or take out PGs from their hand and then finish them off a bit later with like, you know, the same attack or with Zenith or whatever works, right? On top of that, he has another skill that doesn't require you to be in Legion, which is once per turn, counterblast 1, retire a Liberator rearguard, and then you look at top 4 cards of your deck and call a Liberator from among them. So this is nice because going first especially, you sometimes like draw into your Zeniths, which you want back in your deck, right? You want to Legion them back so you can just ride Glare, you know, counterblast 1, retire the Zenith, and then look at top 4 and call something else, right? So that way you get this into the drop zone so you can recycle it back into the deck. And then our Bluish Flames, of course, are basically 4 Percival, 4 Glare, and 1 Core. You don't really ride the others. Like Percival's still fine to ride sometimes, just to like search for Blaster Blade Liberators and stuff like that. And then otherwise you just want to be sitting on Glare most of the time. That's just how the deck works, right? Of course, the regular Aglavale is still very important. So this is the ranked reward art. You know, on place, if Vanguard is Liberator, counterblast 1, look at top 3, call Liberator from among them to an empty rearguard circle. Now, this effect, I don't know, I catch myself using this in the early game a lot, and then kind of losing because of that, because I commit a lot of early counterblasts, and then by the time that I can use Glare, I don't have enough CB to do everything. Like, even though we run the Blaster Blade Liberator engine in this deck, you still need a lot of CB for this deck. Like, you really need a lot of CB in order to really, like, make it work well. And so, because of that, like, don't overcommit on the Percivals. It's an amazing card, but maybe hold it for turn 3 instead. And of course, one of the most important components that don't come up as much, but it's still a very important card, is the Star Rain Trumpeter. So Star Rain says, when you call her, you can put a Blaster Blade Liberator from your drop zone or soul back to the deck, and then call the top card of your deck to an empty rearguard circle. Now this is cool because this is our only free superior call outside of Percival, but that matters because like Prominence Glare only cares when you superior call. So you just need to superior call and that's it, right? So you can just use the Trumpeter to Spirit Call anything and then activate Glare's effect. So that way you just count +1 to get that guard restrict. So that's very, very nice. So you want to keep her for those like decisive moments where you actually want to commit to that and you don't have too much CB. It's really, really important because sometimes you'll need the CB to use Blaster Blade Liberator. Like BBL is still an amazing card. You know, surprise, surprise. In Zero, this is still a great card. On place, if Vanguard's Liberator, count +2 retired opponent Spear Guard. When you have a grade 1, that when you call a Blaster Blade Liberator in front of it, counter charges 1. That's going to be a pretty good effect, right? It's going to be a pretty good effect, so I do recommend it quite strongly. And finally, we have the new Aglavale. So this guy says he's an 11k attacker when you have a bluish Vanguard. So that is also very good because this, with MLB being really popular all of a sudden, like hitting for 18 is quite important. So that's quite good already. But he also says when placed from deck, Soul Blast 1, search the top 5 cards of your deck for a bluish and add it to your hand. So this, well, Bluish Flame, but basically, this allows you to ungreat stuck yourself sometimes. Like sometimes you just have like Zenith in hand, so you just like go Great to Aglavale, like count +1, look at top 3, find this Aglavale, call it, Soul Blast 1, look at top 5, and hopefully find a Glare among them. So that's really good. Also helps you find other Bluish Flames to actually discard for Glare's effect. And also, there's quite a few decks running around with like glory restrictions, like this deck itself, that require you to discard grade 3s to use PGs. So it doesn't really hurt to have extra grade 3s in hand either, because like there's that, plus this Blaster Joker that deletes your mate, so you have to re-legion next turn, and also like deleters are kind of annoying, you have to rewrite grade 3s all the time. So the extra grade 3 search in this meta is actually surprisingly useful. Then I run 3 Josephus. I ran 4 for a bit and only 1 Zoran, but I think 3 is okay. When placed from deck, if your Vanguard's a Liberator, Soul Blast 1, draw a card. Like, this is basically how we just get our soul out. That's it. Like, that's honestly the best part about it. And then of course we have Zoran, who says when placed from deck, put him into the soul, look at top 3 and call Liberator from among them. So this is basically your way to kind of like reset the search, and he's also free Superior Call, just like the Star Rain. So he will proc, like you basically have 3 different cards that proc the like Superior Call for free for Glare, which are the Star Rain, the Zoran, as well as Zenith. Zenith, actually, he puts himself back to deck to call the BBL, which is for free. So that's also very nice. But yeah, so those are our main deck cards. Of course, PGs, Liberators as usual. And we have a new starter, which is the Guido. So he has the Resist, which is definitely very nice. And he says, when you are in Legion state, count +1, put him into the soul, look at top 3, and call a Liberator from among them. So helps you dig for BBLs or Aglavales or whatever that, well, like whatever else you need, really. Now, this deck, of course, like, I don't know, I feel like I was really bad at playing it, and then I had like a couple streams where I was just like really like concentrating on playing it and like concentrating on doing good with it, and then it kind of worked out. So I'll do my best to concentrate. I think if I concentrate, we can do well. So I'll try my best and hopefully don't disappoint, because this definitely did quite good on stream, and something tells me that it's going to go terribly now that I start properly recording for it, because that's usually how things go. So anyway, let's go. Dripped out Gaillard versus Dripless Ren. It's time. It's time. Let's see. At least in the Battle of the Drip, we definitely win already. Going second, this deck doesn't really care too much if you go first or second from my experience, because you don't Legion early, because like your Legion is just like for the power for the most part, and then you only use the Guard Restrict effect when it matters. So for that reason, it's a little bit special, I guess. This hand with Aglavale is really nice, but not having a grade 3 really hurts. And I like writing BBL because then that's like instant Star Rain. So I think we're just gonna do this. I usually like to keep the, like, you know, I like to keep the Aglavales in hand, but I think for this it's okay. Oh, it's Witches. Okay, well, you guys get to see something that was buffed in action. This is definitely a deck that has been popping up a lot more lately compared to, like, you know, the month when the deck actually released, when like people were just playing Abyss all the time. How is it in Global, by the way? Do you guys see more Witches right now, or do you guys see more of the Revengers? Because I know right now in Global is like the release of set 19, I think, right? 19, if I'm not mistaken? Yeah. So that definitely, you know, you guys are going through that period that we were going through a couple months ago. Alright, we're finding stuff, but we're not finding a grade 3, which is really rare. Like, in Zero in general, not just for this deck, it's kind of rare to not have a grade 3. So we're gonna just bash. Like, I don't want to take too... I want to aggro too much on the early turns, because I feel like I am gonna just basically screw myself over. But we might have to start pushing a little bit next turn with this Aglavale, because I'm just not seeing my grade 3s right now. But having seen so little grade 3s, something tells me that we're probably gonna damage check one here, and hopefully it's a draw. So hopefully it's not a heal on the first damage. Alright. Right, Curse Lancer, always the key component of any witch deck as well. And so let's take a look. Okay, still no grade 3s. I'm surprised. This should be... Oh, that's the wrong one. That's the wrong one. Uh-oh. Alright, I guess we can deck thin a little bit more with Aglavale here. Let's call this in case we find a BBL, I guess. Actually, it doesn't really matter. I want to find the other grade 2 Aglovale, but one went to the bottom, so I don't expect it. Josephus to try and dig, I think, might be the better play here. I feel like it actually is. I think that's the better play. We just dig. Try to find a grade 3, basically, that we want to ride, because this ain't it. Let's just put it like that. I think I don't even want to commit anything else. We just kind of swing with this and see what we do. Like, if he hits a defensive, then so be it. We'll just pass. But he doesn't, so I guess we can push a little bit. Like, now their effects are all, like, CB2. And so, but of course he can't Legion yet anyway, so my field is safe for the time being. But, let's see. He goes into Fianna. So Fianna now, of course, with the buffs is quite different. She now says, if you're in Legion state, count us 2 and retire a Witch rearguard. Look at your opponent looks at the top 10 and calls 2 grade 3s randomly from among them to occupied rearguard circles. So it is quite different. It's no longer on Legion. Whoa, double Nemain after we saw one go to the damage. Wow. That is a pretty strong, like, especially for setting up Legion, that's very good. That's very good. Yeah, I might just have to write core, which is definitely not the point of this deck whatsoever. But so be it, I guess. I don't know what his retire is the same actually. His like retire effect is the exact same as Glare's. But I mean, it's better to ride a grade 3 than sit on grade 2. Like, I'm not trying to be a protagonist over here. I'm not trying to be no Sendo Aichi up in here, especially not with my dripped out Gaiard skin. Maybe that's the cost for losing the drip, for winning the drip battle rather. Never mind, forget everything I said. Forget everything I said. Beautiful. Thank you, Gaiard. Not too long of a ride line chant. So, we don't really have the drop zone right now for Legion. So what I'm going to do here is just convert this Josephus into like an intercept or something. Like, we don't need to worry about Legioning early. Like, don't force it. It's not worth it. Honestly, it's really not. So here, I think we just call this Aglo and see if we can like hit a BBL off of it. So this way we preserve our hand for like future turns. And hopefully, there we go, that's a BBL. So that's fine. And this way, like, next turn we'll have like double intercept. He'll be able to use the Witch skill to, you know, clear that away, but it's fine, to be honest. It's definitely fine. So yeah, we just take this turn slower. We don't have to like stress too much about what we're doing this turn. So yeah, we just countercharge and then we just bash, to be honest. So he's gonna take out probably take out both of my intercepts and then just like bash me down. But I think that's kind of okay for the time being. We might see a heal here too because we still have all 4 in the deck. We see a draw instead, which is fine. There's another Bluish Flame in hand. So that's okay. We have a good Legion drop zone. That's his 4th Nemain too. I'm surprised that was still in there. Alright, so now I'm assuming he's going to Legion because he has a really good drop zone, like 5 triggers. Definitely kind of spoiled for choice here. But I guess you don't really need to put back the bad bar car, so you just like put back the witches themselves. So here we go. Yep, he is keeping that in the drop zone. So yeah, he's Legions. He's going to run out of CB though here because I think the starter also still needs CB. Oh, she doesn't. Oh, well, that's quite good, huh? That's actually quite good. All the other supporting guards need CB, but let's see. He's going to try to get rid of my my boys over here, my intercepts. Oh, he hits it nice and hard. At least my heals are still on deck, so that's nice. Oh, he's keeping one of them up. That's very nice of you. That is very kind. I guess my countercharger might be actually more problematic from the looks of it. But he's on 4 damage, which is like my sweet spot right now, so I guess we'll see. He has to call something else, take out my Aglo here. Yeah, okay, he's going to call this, take out the Aglo, then he's going to probably hit me with this to make sure he countercharges, and then hit with the Vanguard to superior call another countercharger. So that's also very nice. Alright, oh, my countercharger. Goodbye. It's been nice knowing you. Alright, that's a draw. That's a draw. What does he hit next? It's a heal. No. No. Not the gnome. Alright. We can go somewhat sicko mode here and try to like he definitely has a PG, so I don't want to like force the glare effect right now. But, although I could force out the PG, I don't know. He has 2 CB now, which means he can like mess with my field again next turn. Zenith. That's an awkward Zenith. What's my drop zone like? Mostly non-triggers too. That's oddly surprising. So what we do here is just overcall this, and then overcall this, so it's like a nice attack number. And then we Legion to put the heal back, and these 2. And honestly, the BBL can stay because I'll use Star Rain. Aglovale can also stay. Let's put the countercharger back. I want to hit that. I want to actually find that. So yeah, the reason why I didn't use Glare here as well is because I want to keep that for when I'm in Legion. Because I think I'm going to try to go for like the Mad Lad power play. You know, the Baron buff power play or whatever they call the thing. So here we still have BBL in Soul, right? Yes, we do. Okay, good. So here you can get a free call out of this. So that's going to be CB1 into a Glare usage. Let's see what it hits. Please hit the counter charger. Yes! Does that matter? I think it kind of does. It kind of does. All right. Cool. Very nice and gaming. Very nice and gaming. All right, cool. So now we can get rid of this garbage thing on the side and hopefully hit a BBL. That'd be like really good. That'd be really nice to hit. That's not what I wanted. It's not what I wanted at all. And I kind of want to keep the triggers in the deck too. Do we just go for the Mad Lad power play? Let's go for the Mad Lad power play. We have so many heals in deck, surely. I mean, I'm ripping out 2 cards out of his hand in exchange for having no CB. And he's probably going to get rid of my counter charger once again. But we have 3 CB now. And I'm a man with a dream. And that dream is to hit my opponent in the face with these 3 crits and pray that they don't have a PG. Check this out. I've done it before. Don't mess with me. I've done it before. Alright, come on. Show me the money. Oh, okay. He had the grade 3. Alright. He played carefully. A lot of people don't respect it. A lot of people don't respect it and they don't play carefully enough and they get punished. But looks like he was safe enough. And now he has 2 CB as well thanks to the Cursed Lancer and the Meb. Is that how you pronounce it? Meibu? Meibu is how it's written in Japanese, but... Alright, here we go. He's going to clear my intercepts here, and I only have 1 PG in hand, so that should probably be GG. And he finds 2 triggers quite easily too, so this is probably game, I'm expecting, just because, I mean, I need to sack really hard now, and I only have 2 heals left in deck. So, let's see here. There's a 1 PG. This is probably going to be game, just because, like, he played really well. He also played really well. I took the gamble that I could, and it didn't work out, unless... Nope. Alright, that's going to be game 1. Not the best, but also... At least we showed what the deck is capable of doing here. Let's go to game 2. Alright, let's get back into the groove of things. You know, just freshen up and go again. I don't know, I think we did a good job of pushing them to 4 there. And normally I wouldn't have had to, like, invest as much CB. But a deck like Witches, like, it just checks your front row and therefore it's kind of strong. Like, that's why I don't think the deck is that bad right now, because they can check your front row, they can literally get rid of anything on your board like that, which is definitely pretty scary. Oh, this is a bad matchup. Link Joker is a bad matchup. We'll do our best. We'll do our best. Depends which variant too. If it's Deleters, that's a different story. But generally speaking, this is not a very easy matchup, that's for sure. So let's see how it goes. Let's see how it goes. Oh, my only grade 3 in hand is Zenith again. I mean, I say again, but the last game was the equivalent of that. Last game was like the equivalent of that. So let's just see what happens. Let's just see what happens here in this game. Hopefully we hit another grade 3. We're going first this time, which is also quite interesting. That's a different feel than usual. So I guess we just ride BBL next turn. Don't really need to do much else. I don't want to ride Zenith, that's for sure. I mean, I'm sure all Liberator players know this feel. Like, Zenith is meant to be safe for later. Meant to be safe for later, not for right now. So let's see. Nah, the Aggro Veil that I would have liked to call. We get PGs in hand at least, so that's nice. But at the same time, it's not what I'm looking for right now. I guess we just take it slow. Hopefully hit a draw or something. Okay, that's a draw. Into the wrong card. Okay. Okay. We can also ride Glare late. Like, there's nothing wrong with riding Glare late. The only problem is that I only have, like, 1 card that can Soul Blast left in my deck, which is mildly concerning. I have 1 Josephus left out of 3, and that's it. So yeah, the leaders, you have to also, like, keep extra grade 3s in hand, and, like, it's fine to ride the grade 3 that you don't want to use at first, because, of course, they can just, like, you know, beat you down after deleting it, and then you have to rewrite anyway. Like, this is also kind of acceptable. Some people just, like, stay on grade 2 as well. But I don't know if I want to go that far. So then you're missing out on 1 drive check. I guess we could ride Zenith. I just know that I'll have to rewrite over this, right? So I'd rather ride Zenith here and then rewrite over it after he deletes me. I'm gonna get bashed and get turned to 0 power anyway. So there's an odd logical path where we stay on grade 2, and then when the delete forces us to discard a card, we discard the Zenith to Legion it right back, even if it's for the Percival, right? So maybe we don't ride up? It's kind of weird, but I think we can get away with it. We don't have grade 2s in hand or like any specific cards. Let's risk it for a biscuit and see what happens. The only thing is I think I don't want to overdraw, obviously, if I do somehow like hit hella draws, but like I don't want him to lock my front row, so I don't want to commit that either. I'd rather just like get hit here because I don't have intercepts, right? So of course it's like riding up is kind of dangerous. Could have also just passed there. Oh, infinite 0. Ah, that changes everything. That changes everything, damn it. That's kind of annoying. That's kind of annoying. I made that play thinking that he would stay the way he was. But I guess not all things are sweet, as you would expect. That gives me problems. I'm getting pushed to 4 here as well. I can technically actually use Zenith, which is even weirder considering everything, because I can't Legion anyway, so let's just ride Zenith, I guess? That's so weird. What is this game? What is this game? I don't like it. I don't like it at all. Gansuroto Zenith. And he's gonna lock me down anyway now. Oh my god, this is so awkward. So damn awkward. I don't really want to use CB for this either, but I kind of feel like I have to. I don't think I need to. I don't think I need to. That literally is a vanilla on the board. Like, it doesn't do anything. Alright, let's just try it. Let's just try risk it for a biscuit. You know how we do. I'll probably attack into the rear anyway. This is just so weird. What a weird game. What a strange little game here. We're gonna shuffle next turn anyway, so I guess that's fine. Percival is okay. It's a strong attacker. It's a strong attacker. We'll take it. Alright, hit me 1 trigger, please. Thank you. That's very kind of you. Into another Zenith? Okay, that's fine. We're going for the ultra high roll here, in case we can hit it. No, we don't. I can push him to 5. At least that's nice, I guess. I have 2 PGs, so I should still be able to survive like 3 attacks to the face. So that's kind of okay. And he's seen 2 heals, so it's kind of... No, 3 heals even. Okay. Oh yeah, he healed one of them out. So I guess he's gonna ride... If he rides the Legion Deleter, that's a different story. But I'm assuming he's gonna ride Oxys, because he has to like he has to get the grade 2 to Soul Blast then. Otherwise... Oh, just Infinite Zero or Infinite Zero. What is this? Does he just not have his Deleter grade 3s? That's interesting. Alright, he's gonna probably delete my right column. Oh, not delete. He's gonna lock my right column here. And then bash me in the face 3 times. And then both my PGs will activate. We can go into Percival then to try and like farm for BBL if we have to like break through intercepts and stuff to try to finish the game. Or we're gonna stay on Zenith too. That kind of works as well. Depends what he does, I guess. Oh, that hurts. That hurts big time. That hurts very much. We need BBL here. We do need BBL here. Oh man. Okay, so I'm only losing 1 PG here. Realistically, yeah, only 1 PG. My board is staying alive too. Quite the predicament. Quite the predicament. What do we do? What do we realistically do here? Because I don't have a way to kill him unless I get BBL out and Zenith. But I can't do that without open regard circles with this guy. Nothing else superior calls unless I'm in Legion. This could put back some nice triggers for me though, which might be worth it. So maybe we just go Percival and like filter. He doesn't have relockers either, so I will go back to having an interceptor here. And with 1 PG and maybe we can heal back down or something. What a weird game. What a weird game. We go Percival. I think we go Percival, try to fish for a BBL. And that still at least helps us somehow. So let me just like overcall this boy a couple times just to put back a nice drop zone. A nice and juicy drop zone. So we Legion back, heal, draw, draw, draw. Like we do. Like we do. Could have put the PG back as well, but I think I'll do that in the next Legion. Because with the way this game is looking, we might need to be doing double Legions. But yeah, finding BBL here is so important. And we have 2 shots at it. Okay, the first shot failed. The first shot failed. Put this here, I guess. We can try again with the Guido. The Guido's our second shot. This does... Okay, well, hold on. Yeah, it calls to anything. It can call to occupied circles too. Come on, find the BBL, please. Thank you! Thank you very much. That is very much appreciated. That is very much appreciated. Okay, we found it. This is probably not lethal, but at least it gives us double intercept, and it also gives us the clear. You know, play to your outs, etc, etc. Oh, I'm running out of time. Damn, took too long to think. He does have Infinite Zero though, so keep in mind he might just like re-lock me again next turn. I hope not, but it could happen. It could happen. At least we found the BBL, thank god. Thank god. Now we just need to see Zenith on the check and we're fine. Oh, PG check works too. PG check works too, and we somehow hit for lethal. So I guess playing to your outs is somewhat rewarding sometimes, and it does actually work out when your opponent doesn't find the right break right target. So yes. Alright, that was a very unconventional way of winning, but I feel kind of good about that one. I feel like I proved myself for some reason. Alright, I'm feeling nice today. This is a deck that I enjoy playing, so I'll give you one more game. Give us secret game number 3. Don't do that too often, but you get to enjoy some more bluish action. It's a really nice deck. I'm glad also like in standard, like not in standard, in V premium, you know, TCG, we also have like Bluish Flames now kind of popping off with Prominence Core. I wish Prominence Glare was a bit better, but unfortunately that's not the case. Aqua Force, that's a face you don't see that often, that's for sure. We're going first too, which is kind of good because we can kind of give them a bad time with intercept spam. How am I never opening the right grade 2s, dude? Or the right grade 3? Like, huh? Where is... There we go. Finally, Glare starter. Finally, Glare starter. That last game was just weird. Through and through. Like, the more I think about it, the more odd it was. Alright, we have to ride the countercharger, because it's our only grade 1 outside the PG, which we definitely don't want to ride. So, early game might be a bit of a slow start. Probably gonna have to ride the Aglavale too, which isn't great, but it's not too bad. Aglavale does have, like, I think both Aglavales have ride lines too, so... By ride lines, I mean like lines that the character says when they ride them, not like the TCG ride lines. Also, I realize my lights are kind of dim today, so let's boost that up a little bit. Ooh, Break Ride. This is Blue Wave, right? Or is it Blue Storm? Alright, ooh, another countercharger, not like this. Oh, we got another Aglo. But my numbers are kind of weird. I don't have like 16Ks. We could try to like look for Josephus or something, but I might just keep that for next turn. Next turn he'll be 9K and probably put up some intercepts, so let's just do that. There's no point to push here. I also just talked over the Aglavale ride, so I apologize for that. He hit a defensive too, so that's actually good that we didn't commit more pieces. Alright, so it is a Legion build. Let's see what he rides. But yeah, Aglavales do have ride lines. Ooh, Basil. Probably not the best ride to have, but it is what it is. Ooh, just doing that and passing and checking the PG, which also pretty good for me, I would say here. Pretty good for me. Alright, we just go for this. Use our CB to just bash, essentially. Look at that beautiful boy. Beautiful dragon boy with his nice little flames. Boys and their flames, you know. Just some boys with their flames. Lit to lit, gang gang. It's all my free superior calls. But I think I'd rather have a booster here. I think... Well, no, actually I'm gonna just use this to put it to Solon. Dig for Josephus or something. Let's see if we can find it. I don't think I have many Josephus left in deck. Countercharger is kind of good too. We could also go for the 11k attacker, but that doesn't really matter. I think setting up the countercharger for next turn is much better. We just swing twice this turn, and then that way next turn we basically have... We have a pretty nice board. I could also sack one of these for Legion already next turn, so I think I'll do that. Let's get rid of this so I can Legion it back, because I have too many Bluish Flames in hand right now anyway. And see what we get from this. Just another intercept. Honestly, that gives our opponent a bad time, so let's just do that. TBH. TBH. I think that's fine. Alright, swing. Put him to 1 more damage. So this will be a trigger to hit again, potentially. Potentially. Don't want to jinx myself. Alright, so we have Legion confirmed for next turn, which is really nice, and we've pushed to 4, which means that if they don't heal here at some point, we actually threaten lethal next turn, which is pretty cool. You don't see Aquaforce much these days. That is a very surprising pickup on the ladder. Wow, all of his, like, Mihails and the Legion mate that you need to discard for the skill are all gone. That's not good for a Persona Ride based, not Persona Ride, Persona Blast based grade 3 boss unit. He goes for the Tetra Burst. Okay. Let's see what he can do with this. Soul Blast 2. Set up the Legion. Very good, very good. He can retire my countercharger, can't he? Oh no, that's the starter. I think that's the starter that retires. Yeah, starter retires something. I'm assuming he's going to go for it because that's a very pesky card to leave up because it gives me more CV to just work with. I wonder how he can achieve his attacks though. He has Basil, that's one way. Basil will give him 2. Let's see. So he needs to attack with this being the 4th battle, right? Okay, Basil into the Milos. That's good. So this will go face. Milos goes rear. Glory goes rear. Then that goes face with a crit. I go to 5. Gives me all the CB I need, though, which is not the best for him. He's going to Legion the heal back. Huh. That's interesting. So here he has, like, the Wheel Assault. The grade 1 Wheel Assault for Blue Storms. So that's also good for him, I guess. I wonder what he's going to swap with that, because... Oh, I guess he's going to attack with the Basil and then use that to put the Basil back up in front. That's actually pretty valid. That's pretty valid. Yep, now I was going to use this skill to retire my my countercharger, which is really smart. Definitely the one thing you want to do here. So yeah, here he gets to basically confirm 3 damage this turn, which is really good, especially if he can heal. So, well, speaking of heals, that's one. That's one right there. So here he swings with this one to rear, then he swings with the other one, and then changes the Penguin with the Basil to basically just set up double intercept, which is really good. Very, very good. Alright, then swings with this. This will swing for face with a nice big number, and then with the extra crit as well. I do have a PG, but of course it's not going to proc here. He gets the extra draw, and he pops this too, which is very good. I think he draws 2 here because of the skill too. Yep, that's nice. There's the extra crit with a little effect. Okay, now then, does he heal? He has another draw. That's a lot of Mihails that have gone. That's a lot of Mihails. No heals. That's good for me because I only have to commit like 2 CB this turn then, which is definitely good news. Definitely good news. So, Mr. Zenith, not like this, man. What you doing out there, Mr. Zenith? Alright, I guess we just, I'm debating if I want to put the Zenith on the board to retire it afterwards for the Prominence Glare effect. Or if I want to retire it now and then use this, which is just Superior Call. I feel like I want to put the heal back way more than anything, especially because I'm at 5. So I think I want to overcall this now and put it back with the Legion. Oh yeah. Oh wait, what? Oh, I'm lacking Legion mates? Oh, don't tell me that. Oh yeah, they all went to the damage zone. That is unfortunate. Luckily I only need 1 Bluish Flame in hand, so that's not too bad, I guess. Oh, that's so annoying. That's so annoying when that happens. I guess it's not too bad though. Less... I mean, I guess it's just more CB for me to commit to set up intercepts, but it's not too bad. It's not too bad, I guess. I don't know. Not sure how to judge this situation, but let's use Guido here. CB1, put him to Soul, and find ourselves... Ooh, Star Rain. Do I have BBLs anywhere? In drop, maybe? No, nowhere. Literally nowhere. Okay, perfect. Fantastic. Fantastic. Alright. Let me use this first to just get the guard restrict up, so he has to actually drop a grade 3, and he's been getting so many triggers that I don't actually know how he's doing in grade 3s in hand, you know? I need the extra intercept, so I definitely gotta use the Aglaveel here. This will give me BBL. This will give me BBL. Let's go for that. It's also free Spirit Call, but I don't have CB anymore, so we're gonna take the free BBL. That's for sure. That's for sure. Pull him back down here. We have double intercept now, so we're less likely to die, which is good. And then we see where it goes, right? We swing into both intercepts, and then we have the guard restrict here to check for PG in a grade 3. And then we'll see what he responds with, right? We get a draw into BBL, that's fine. The PG was right there. Oh, alright, no grade 3s, he's checked them all. My man has checked them all, and there's a PG. There was one at the bottom earlier too as well, and no heals. Double PG in damage zone, that definitely hurts to see, but we're gonna take the dub like that. We're gonna take the dub like that, and that's it. Like, that's literally Bluish. That's literally Bluish. Doesn't always work. It's if you know what you're doing and like what cards you should be keeping. Like, honestly, I don't think my opponent should have put that Glory back. Chances are he had like a PG, but maybe that was like his only grade 3 in hand, and you know, that's just kind of what happens. So yeah, that's Bluish. Basically at its greatest strength. It does get a stride later on, I believe, and so and some other like support cards like grade 2s and stuff that make it a little bit better, and a really nice counter charger as well in a grade 2 in G. So I think that will help to push the deck a bit more to the top later on if they do add it to 0. But for the time being, the deck is fine. It's a fun little tier 2, nowhere near as strong as it used to be in the TCG way back when, but it's still fun and a good little deck, and I do recommend you guys try it out. But anyway, that's it for today. You guys got 3 fights out of it. Hope you enjoyed them. Up next, I can't remember which deck I actually have queued. It might be Jewel Knights or it might be Perditions. I'm not too sure. Or it might be Blaster Joker too, because we still have like 2 more Link Joker ones to do for this month. So yeah, there's still a lot of Zero content coming your guys' way for this set, so look forward to it. If you like the video, do leave a like. If you like the content, please do subscribe as well. That's gonna be it for me today. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.